I'm going to be featured in an art live, augmented reality apps that they have. They're going to feature me on their, I don't know, website or something. So anyway, she asked me some questions, so here they are, the answers. I'd been laid off work and had a book of, oh, I should read you the questions first. Okay, we'll do that. So I get paid the big bucks, guys. Okay. Okay, what inspired you to become an artist? So I answered really 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, almost in the first several paragraphs. So, so the first one is, what inspired you to become an artist? What are some major obstacles you have faced? How did you overcome those obstacles? How are you able to stay motivated during the harder moments of life? And how has your art supported your mental health journey? So, I'd been laid off work and had a book of poetry that I wanted to put art on the pages opposite of the poetry. So I started screwing around with stencils and spray paint, and I've been hooked ever since. Someone said I should check out the street painters who were doing galaxies and the space paintings, and I saw what they did, and I knew I could do what they were doing, so I just started experimenting. It wasn't until I fell about 30 feet while hiking and broke my L4, L5 vertebrae, my pelvis. I need to put vertebrae in there. Vertebrae, pelvis, and my sacrum, and found myself in a wheelchair that I started to paint with brushes. A friend had asked me what I needed, and I said, how about you give me that Bob Ross painting kit? And he did, and I fell in love with oil painting. The learning curve is steep once you get past the early things that Bob teaches you. It took another major health issue to take the next step in my artistic growth. I got a disease called Guillain-Barré syndrome, and that took away my ability to tend bar and really any other job for going on now 5 years. I've been off ever since. These two obstacles at times were enough to make me want to quit. The GBS took its toll mentally, physically, emotionally. It took so much from me that at one point I told God I was done. It's take me. I can't do this anymore. In a minute, I remember laying there in bed, willing myself to die. I tried to die that night, but God wasn't ready for me. So there was a period of grieving and then acceptance of what my new reality looked like, and I went through a major relationship ending as well and found myself very alone at the start of COVID. And that's really when I found myself as an artist, I believe. I'd just begun to consume as much art as possible and produce as much art as possible. And there's so many people along the way who've helped encourage me both in word and in monetary assistance. I'm not that talented. I was just too stubborn to quit. Inspiration comes and goes, but my motivation has always seemed to be there. When I get into something, I am all the way in. I want to be the best artist I possibly can be, and I have so much to learn and improve on, and motivation isn't really difficult. Many times I'm painting just so I can pay some bills, and I really don't like that as a motivator. I believe it cheapens my work. I dream of the day of financial stability, so I would be free to create anything I want without the constraints of a commission or financial compensation being the muse behind my art. Money has never motivated me, and that's probably why I don't have much of it. I'm trying to change that now. In the last year, I became aware of the laws of attraction and the concepts of thoughts becoming things. So I created some huge goals and dreams, and I'm trying to manifest them now. I'm trying to create 2 nonprofits that I believe will truly change the world. One is to support the mental health of artists, musicians, and comedians, and the second will take teams of the above-mentioned professions, along with social workers, doctors, dentists, urban farming experts, and small business experts into neighborhoods that are struggling. We will breathe some hope into them and teach them better ways to live and to love their neighbors. Art therapy is what I do every time I pick up the brush. I didn't realize it at first, but life had gotten really painful when I first started painting, and my first love, the written word, was too painful to do, so painting took over all my creative energy. I was slowly healing myself without even knowing it. Someone I dated once said I should paint brighter things. I guess because it was all dark. I don't know. I guess because it was dark, because that's what was going on inside of me. Now, if you look at my art, it's super bright because I think I'm actively involved in my mental health maintenance. I have a therapist and I see a psychiatrist regularly. Not because I'm in a bad place, but to keep myself in a good place. But rather, this helps to keep things front and center. Something takes place in the subconscious when we create things. I think painting in particular is so good because of the kinetics of moving your hand and your eyes tracking the movement, maybe. If I have to really focus because it's something new I'm trying, then my brain is active in the creation, and And then there are other times when I know what I'm doing. My brain is free to roam and do what it wants because I'm comfortable in my creative space. I think both are beneficial. I enjoy abstract painting, but I always feel like an imposter. Well, he can't really paint. That's why he does this, So I don't do as much as I would like. Jackson Pollock once said that he painted what was inside here, and that realists paint what they see on the outside, and that made so much sense to me. I agree with him. And the most therapeutic is sometimes just spraying some paint on a big wall or canvas without any preconceived notion of what it will become. My absolute favorite thing is standing before a huge blank canvas. Why am I emotional? Standing before a huge blank canvas and having the knowledge I have all the supplies I need. That's my idea of good time these days. I watch a lot of YouTube and came across Art Vive, and was just super excited by the potential it has of bringing the viewer into the art. I immediately saw the potential for murals that come to life with cartoons jumping around, or for a gallery setting, maybe a video showing me painting the artwork that they're actually looking at. And the options are truly unlimited. I can't wait to get better at both AR and VR. The virtual reality is exciting as well. I just need someone to buy me a VR headset so I can begin to work on that space. If you're looking and you got money, here's a good place to spend it. I've been working on some mural projects for a downtown Mansfield Rising project. Unfortunately, they both got postponed to leaky walls and red tape, but I'm optimistic that will be resolved soon. So I have a mural in my house that I've been working on, and one for my landlord out back that I'm also experimenting with the Art Vive on. The one for my landlord, I've been changing it seasonally, so it's got winter and fall and all the different seasons, but it was just recently a frozen lake and with snow on the ground. I thought it would be cool for people who play cornhole and watch football back there to see the mural, but to see in its different forms, so that's show all of them. And then I'm working on a mural inside here too as well. One that's inside. There's one back there. It's got the Ginger and Marianne from Gilligan's Island, as well as Jean, and then there's this one here that's got the sort of the fifth dimension New Earth concept that I've been thinking about lately. At the end of the day, I think I enjoy storytelling. That's what I love to do. So there's still a writer in me, but I like telling it visually as well, and I think that's what I'll be remembered for at the end of the day. That I told a good story, and that there's some good visual representation of what I was trying to convey. I want people to look at a mural or canvas I painted and to be moved emotionally. I'm mostly into good feelings. I don't want to make somebody angry or sad, although there are times when those feelings are needed and justified to put into art. But for now, I just want to be the reason someone smiles and has a better day because of my art. So hopefully when you look at my art, it makes you have a better day. Well, God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thanks for tuning in. It means the world.